7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is good, everyone? It is your boy Politica Hot alongside my guys, Mr. Joey Woods, Mr. Moya Fit, Chris Wilson. We are still Steps coming to you live on a rather chill Friday evening, courtesy of All of the Talk Sports Network. Gentlemen, how are we doing this evening?
We are back
at the 10 o'clock spot.
10.
No relation to Perfect 10. Sean Spears. Say no. Yeah. Shout out to Sean Spears. Mr. Joey Woods, what is going on, my brother?
Nothing, honestly. Like just across the board in wrestling, I feel like right now it's kind of a lull right now, right? So
yeah.
We'll see where the show goes, right? Before the show, we were kind of sitting here like, so we're gonna talk about Sabu and then what? You know what I mean? Because right now there ain't a whole lot of nothing going on.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get right to that. Still to come on tonight's show. This weekend, WWE. They had Backlash, as well as to tap in just a little bit. I do got one thing to mention on the AEW side. I haven't discussed this with y'all at all, so a little bit of a surprise bring up topic. But first and foremost, we definitely gotta pay our respects. This past Sunday, we lost a ECW original, one of the GOATs in pro wrestling, talking about none other than Sabu, who passed away at the age of 60. Known in the world as Terry Brunk, but known to the pro wrestling world as Sabu. Also known as the homicidal, suicidal, genocidal, death-defying maniac. Someone who I had the privilege to see at my first ECW arena event, where he took on Terry Funk in the barbed wire match, and it was pretty bummer, to hear the news of his passing. He was just at GCW at Joey Janela's spring break, fought in his last match in a barbed wire match, conveniently. And it's just it sucks. I'll be honest, Joey, you kind of set the alarm on Sunday when you sent the text message as far as talking about it, because I was out and didn't, wasn't near my phone as much. And once you said that, I immediately went to Twitter, and that's where I'm like, damn, like he passed away, like that, really sucked. But
so I was actually on my way to JCW in Asbury Park. I wasn't feeling too great that day, so I was sleeping. And my wife's like, something's going on. I was like, what are you talking about? She's like, your phone is blowing up. So I grabbed my phone, and everyone was like, is this real? Is this real? They were hitting me up like, is this real? So then I jumped on Twitter before I said anything. And the first post I saw was Cardona. And I was like, knowing the person that Cardona is, he ain't about spreading that fake bullshit, right? So He's going to get legit confirmation before he posts anything. So the second I saw Cardona, I got back to everyone else and was like, nah, like Cardona's not going to be talking fake nonsense, like the whisper down the lane type shit.
Right.
So that's when I kind of put it out to everyone else. But like I said, I was on the way to JCW, which was just so happened to have, it was going to be Joey Janela was fighting, I think, Becca on that card. He was supposed to fight Becca. So, I instantly am like, I wonder what they're gonna do for this man. Like, Joey Janela just fought this guy less than 20 days ago in an absolutely insane match. And then all the group chats instantly go to, well, what if that played the pack factor in the match, and are people going to blame Joey and stuff like that? And he kind of addressed all that at the JCW show, but then the kind of firestorm came Monday, right? With
Mm.
I don't know if you guys all read that
Yahoo article. Yeah. Oh yeah.
where they said he took some meds before the match and stuff like that, and then people started blaming GCW for this whole incident, and I'm like, do we know who we're talking about here? Like, Sabu has been known before matches to take insane amount of anything before. I guarantee you that wasn't the first time he's taken something before his match. So to kind of blame that on him or Brett or Joey or anything is just like asinine to me. I don't know. But then RVD came out today and kind of backed up GCW and was like, that definitely is not what killed Sabu. So I was glad that he did that to kind of put all the other, like we say, the ICW is horrible with taking shit and running with it. And this was one of those things.
Right. No, I did. Chris, your thoughts.
It's crazy. Growing up in Philly, man, like this ECW, is the home where they started. So it's like watching. Where's he cracking up at?
Put that comment up.
Let you speak first. We'll get back to that.
All right, Joey being goofy as shit. I can't see the comment. I'm guessing me something crazy. So
yeah, we'll get there. Go ahead. We pay respects now.
All right, what's his name? Yeah. So like, honestly, the Sabu match that stick out is the one with Terry Funk, the barbed wire match. That's the first barbed wire match I've ever seen. What's his name? So like when I saw it, I'm just like, how is this going to be a match? Like just tangled up in that shit. You watch it. They didn't do much in that match, and once they start getting entangled in that barbed wire, is not much you can do. Your flesh getting ripped off, and it was just some crazy thing to see. But at that time too, Sabu was doing stuff that, like, I saw high fly maneuvers, but the stuff he was doing, like springing off the chair onto the ropes, then doing like a somersault and all that stuff, like 2 tables on it. I never saw that in wrestling at the time, so that was like the coolest thing to watch. And you see him, the scars coming out all over. I was like, oh, who the hell is this guy? Like I mean, we got wrestling, you got to take everything with a pinch of salt. So at first I was like, are those scars real? Are they like this? Like, are they like this makeup? It's like, and it was like, nah, watch more. Like, nah, that's just real. Like, damn, like what the hell he does? And you hear about all the death matches he done did and all the stuff with Cactus Jack and all them guys. I'm like, Mick Foley, as people know him. I'm like, damn. So he was legit like. I remember when he first had like that Hannibal, almost like character when he first started. When it was Eastern Championship Wrestling, so that dude definitely set a mark. He's a guy who had what the Taz said the best. He was aura before aura was cool. He had this thing about him to where it's just you couldn't duplicate it. It was like it was him. It was Sabu, and that was it. Nobody can come close to who he was and what he did just overall as a whole package. And it was crazy. Like, and everybody, he was synonymous. You see that finger go in the air, you knew he was talking about Sabu. And it was crazy how much people loved him. And I loved him because it was just like, when you saw him, it was like that. He was box office to me. Like this, like when he showed up, you knew shit was gonna go crazy. Like the lights went off, he popped up, he was throwing a chair at somebody's head or diving off something. Like it was legit. Yeah. You see that finger go in the air, man. That's like one of the most iconic poses in wrestling. Like no matter what wrestling brand, that pose, the finger in the air, that's it.
Yeah. You know what? One thing, like when you saw Sabu come to the ring, it was almost a guarantee that there was going to be a chair and a table spot in the match. Mm-hmm. And I think that's one that, like, knowing that was the type of character he was in the ring, like I think that's what drew me to him even more. Like you just knew like he was going to take it to the next level, and like another like memorable moment, like when they had that whole ECW invasion going in WWE or WWF at the time when they invaded Raw, and they had that moment where he literally jumped off of the Raw sign, where like if I don't know if any of y'all saw like the it was like the untold truth story, like he literally was about to fall off of there.
He misstepped it, like he slipped. He slipped and landed. Thank God all those Taz guys were there.
Right. Yeah, seriously, because like he might have went head first now.
See, my introduction to Sabu was different than your guy, just because like, I'm 10 years earlier. So my introduction is when they revived ECW to the one night stands. That was the first time I genuinely saw a live match of Sabu, because you think that was the first one night stand was 05, right?
Right.
So I'm about 5th grade at that point.
Did he fought Jericho at that one, right?
No, that was Rhino.
That was Rhino. Got you.
Yeah. So that was really my first introduction to Sabu in a live match. Now I've seen him a little bit here and there on like YouTube and stuff, but like I wasn't in with who he was until that point, and then I was like, this, like you say, just kind of had something different, and he just draws you in, and so I was hooked and find any YouTube video possible of this man, and I came upon that FMW match with the fire, which was absolutely insane, and I recently just heard him talk about it on a podcast, and I never knew this. He said that the fire was so hot that the logo in the center of the ring was melting off.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. Like, just to kind of put into perspective the type of person he was and type of risk he took in the ring. Like, that's real shit. But then a year later with him versus Rey Mysterio, that absolutely insane table spot where I thought both of them broke their necks because it was absolutely insane. Like,
right.
That's what this man is. You know what I mean? He just lived life fearlessly, lived life fast, and unfortunately, it led to, I don't know what the cause of death was, but 60 years old, you shouldn't be laid to rest, right? So when you live life fast, sometimes you're not always here for a long time.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. I forgot it was Rey Mysterio, the match that I was thinking of, like with that one table spot. That was sick. Like,
that was crazy table spot. That match ended in a draw because of that.
Yeah, remember he went back to Ray. That was the match people were hyped up for, because Ray went back to his old kind of like tights, where he was like doing those baggy pants for a while there. He kind of went back to his old like WCW, ECW gear, where it was like real tight and stuff like that.
Real fitted stuff. Yeah,
right.
Can you real quick? Can you show this man what I was cracking up at?
Yeah, so we got someone talking about breaking news.
But AEW, Donald Trump will make AEW great. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No tax on tips.
Followed by he just fired Tiny Tony. Oh my gosh, man. Good old viewers. Gotta love our viewers. We appreciate you tuning in. but yeah, so yeah, rest in peace, Sabu. Definitely going to be missed. Man, yeah, it's
he
still
threw a good match out of Cena, right? Like,
yeah,
talking about the type of person
he did.
Like, that was definitely a fire match on a regular. I think it was on a regular show too, like a regular Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, regular Monday Night Raw.
Yeah,
they didn't. They wanted to invest more into him, but they didn't. I forgot. He talked about this too. It's like something about they didn't trust in him because they wanted him to do stuff that he was just like no, I'm not doing that.
Then he, like, to the very end, that last day he lived on this earth, he was known as someone who didn't always show, right? Like, he was booked for Indie Hall of Fame and didn't even show for his own induction. Yeah. Like, he's just not great at always making dates. So I think that was the fear, right? You invest more in him on a multi-billion-dollar platform, and then the man misses the show. It's like, well, what do we do now?
Yeah, he legit do what he wants to do. He's never been a company man. It's like,
No. Yeah,
no,
he
just
would.
listen.
He was him. I know they were talking about it earlier in the week how like prior to the WWE show, like he would just like hang in the most odd places in the back where like like he's like inclusive. You know what I mean? To himself, like somebody like literally had to go get him by climbing a ladder just in order to get to where he is. Like hey, it's your time. Like
Yeah.
the
hands were clasped. The hands were clasped.
Yeah, look for some reason. Like picture if they did the whole like Goldberg rollout, how they used to knock on the door to go get Goldberg. That's what they would do to go get Sabu. Like, yo, Sabu, come on,
bang the ladder,
right?
The ladder, like we need you now.
Come down, carrying a chair in hand into the ring. Like
he had one of the most memorable feuds in ECW's history with the. Him. If I'm not mistaken, it was him and Taz, and it was did Taz deliberately break his neck? Was this where his hands clasped when he did the suplex? Wasn't it? You know what I mean? So,
right.
It's
it was named. Yeah, well, Sabu legit broke his neck by accident. But did a pile driver.
Well, and Benoit broke his neck too.
And Benoit broke Sabu's neck off. It was like a overhead toss,
right?
And he landed right on his head, and it was nasty. Like that was nasty. The fact he wasn't paralyzed is amazing.
Yeah,
but the Sabu Taz feud is legendary, especially with ECW crowds. Like that was like one of the feuds that put both those guys to the next level of being just not locally known but world now, because that feud was just. Also, because the build was so crazy, that build was similar to the Hogan Sting build, because it was like talked about and people wanted it for like a whole year.
Yeah. And
but it never happened.
They never touched each other.
Never touched each other. Nothing. Yeah.
On most ECW podcasts, like when not podcasts, like documentaries, when Paul Heyman's on there, that's one of the things he talks about the most is, he wanted, like you just said, build up that anticipation and made it a focal point that they did not touch for that entire year leading up to that. But it's insane, right? Like
smart booking, long-term booking, like
long-term booking. It is a thing, young people. Works.
Yeah. So
what's the most wild part though? He was at that show you went to.
Yeah.
Like during the day, and from everything I heard, he looked good. He was talking good. Like everything seemed good. And then that was what? Like
that was that 2 weeks ago?
Was that the Saturday before he died?
Yeah, it was actually.
So he died. So really what happened was he died Saturday night, and it wasn't released until Sunday morning.
Okay.
So realistically, he died a week after that event.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, for everything I heard, all the pictures I've seen, he looked good. He sounded good. So it's going to be interesting if and when the call to death comes out, people can truly stop pointing fingers in the dark. Pretty much, we're talking about someone's life here,
right?
And I hate that people are trying to play detective. Like, oh well, if you didn't make a 60-year-old wrestle in that match, you'd still be here. Yeah. No one forced Sabu. Sabu went out doing what he loved. You know what I mean? Like
Sabu does what he wants.
Exactly. He was. I mean, hell, there was podcasts that came out after that match, and he said flat out that wasn't his last match. He said, "I want to go again. Like that wasn't my best. I want another match."
Oh boy. About to say, but like, look, don't be like with the Flair, like Flair having like 8 last matches already.
Well, he even came out and said, right, if he didn't have a heart attack in that match, he would have had another one.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Really
people
crazy.
like that though are like rock stars, right? Like, I think they're generally destined to just die in the ring.
Because it's just at this point in life, it's not only all they know, but it's all they have. So sadly,
yeah, because it was different time back then. Like, they lived that character. Like Ric Flair wasn't just a character back in the day. Like,
that was him.
That was him. So like
now, Yes.
It's like he can't let, and it's like I said, we wish we can live that position, like because we all like as wrestling fans, we always want to be like I don't care what nobody says. If you're a diehard wrestling fan, you always because you also wanted to be on that other side of the camera. You wanted to be that performer, that and whatever which way, whether you're a manager in the ring or on an announce table, you wanted to be that guy to where fans saw you, they felt some type of admiration for you. So when you live that for so long and then it basically diminishes, it's hard to turn that off. Like even if you know you're nowhere near what you used to be, your Shelly V old self,
Right.
you still can't just stop because people still give you that love
Yeah.
and admiration when you step out in that ring. So it's
I think it's hard to like I'm not trying to like call these people like insane, but it's hard to turn that off because some of these guys who are wrestled for 20 plus years, they live that character right every single day from the second they woke up to the second they went to bed. It unfortunately became them. It became their entire personality. I don't think a lot of these older guys know how to be like I don't know what Ric Flair's real name is kind of close to his actual name, right?
Right.
it's Flair.
Flair. So he doesn't know how to be Richard Flair, right? Like
Yeah.
Ric Flair is the person who he is now.
Yeah.
Whereas nowadays people can turn it off and on because they don't, they WWE and wrestling has prioritized like these people actually having a life and it's not on the road and trucking up and down the cities day in day out.
And that's the thing. And like I won't say like it's like the true equivalent of what I'm about to say, but it's almost like us in a world where like you're in certain careers and like you work at a job for so long and then you like you leave in like 15-20 years and you're like, all right, like what do I do next?
Yeah.
Like it's literally the same thing for them, but I think it's held on a different scale because of the magnitude and the entertainment value that they have. Like they just it's almost like the movie The Wrestler in a way.
Well, not even
like
that,
how, like how he was like a big star and then he ended up working at Acme.
That movie's
like,
so sad, man.
Yeah.
But not even like what you just said was a perfect analogy. But the difference is like, think about it like if you worked at the same job for 20 years, but even when you left the work building, you were still doing that job technically. You know what I mean? Like, even though you're not wrestling anymore, you still have to be Ric Flair when you walk out of that building, right?
Right.
Like that's the difference. It's 20 years of 365, 24/7 being that person. So that's where I think it's kind of hard now.
Yeah, no, that's true. That's very true. So, but yeah, man. Rest in peace, Sabu. Surely, going to be missed. Just the presence of in the world and being able to come back, for matches. So I'm sure you having a host of matches up above, somewhere. But yeah, man. Rest in peace. So, gentlemen, let's dive in a little bit of Backlash. Was last Saturday, almost said Sunday for a hot minute. But I don't know, yo. Like I feel like nobody really talked about this show at all. Like all week. Like even like WWE on Raw, it seemed like there was really no conversation about this show.
Yeah, I think it was just
I told you because it's like
filler.
I told you we throwaway things. It's like, did we really need this? Like Backlash, like I said, also too, and don't want to ish on them. It was in St. Louis. Crowd was decent, but it was like didn't give that European vibe where people were white hot the whole night and losing their ish to make it more entertaining. It does. Crowds do make a difference.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
To its name. So it's like it wasn't as involved to where entertainment where we're like, yo, oh my god, this shit is crazy. I'm like it just didn't have that feel. It didn't. And then you have the matches though weren't bad at all. It was just like I said, at some point it's predictable. Like you kind of know who's gonna win. Probably don't know how, but you know who's gonna win. And it's like, all right, so like, do we really need this right now, especially if it doesn't uplift anybody? So it's like, all right, so like I said, it wasn't bad PLE. like all things, but it's just one of the ones. Like, all right, didn't really need
Yeah.
it.
I'm gonna have a hot take here, but Beach Break on Wednesday was better than Backlash on Saturday. Beach Break might have been AEW's best show since like year one, right? Like top to bottom, that card delivered. I know we say it a lot, but AEW's back, bro. That listen. The past couple of weeks, this Death Rider story finally feel like it's coming into place. Like everything to me just seems like it's finally like clicking, and like we're getting a lot of the answers as to why shit was going down. And I just think
I feel like that was an unintentional segue. So Hawk, you can pick it up from here.
Well, I didn't even know what Hawk was gonna say, but I just wanted to say overall, like we got to talk about how hot AEW's been as of late. But this pay-per-view, I think it unfortunately, like every year since WWE's gone to 2 nights of WrestleMania, right? We've talked about how this pay-per-view feels like a filler, right? This pay-per-view feels like it's not important, and then somehow, some way, it upstages our expectations and it kills it. Unfortunately, this year it didn't happen. It was, like you said, Chris, it wasn't bad. It just, the past 2 years, Backlash was sensational from the crowd, the entrances, the matches. That this year just kind of fell flat, and there was no reason for it. Just not every show is going to have a hot crowd with the insane story, right? So
this show should have been Saturday night's main event that's coming up.
For sure.
Like this is exactly the show this upcoming Saturday night main event should be.
Well, that's another thing, right? Like,
and we got that coming up, right?
2 weeks away,
right? Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense. But I look like we've been harping this for a while now, as far as like the now TKO branding with WWE. Like they're taking these bags, so now they got to deliver and get me every way possible. But like I'm with all y'all. Like it was to me, I felt like the event was okay. Like there wasn't really much that really screamed to me to say, you know what, I need to watch that again. Or maybe I probably would have did something different. Like it was okay. I will say the Orton Cena match did go quite a while, longer than I thought. Longer than I thought it would have been.
I thought that match was going to be 12 to 15 minutes. I was like, when it was still on, and Randy Orton hit his like 5th RKO, I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is that? Like, just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah,
I was like, I'm just glad Travis Scott didn't come out. I was like, I said, when Travis Scott comes out again, I was like, but you know what happened? They sent out R-Truth. I'm like, oh, come on, like, come on. So as soon as they did that, I was like, okay, so this is the Saturday night main events.
Yeah. Which was announced tonight that they're squaring off Cena and R-Truth.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. So as soon as that happened, I was like, okay, so this is gonna be the match at Saturday night main event, because this is gonna be for the conversation I was gonna bring up later, which I'll do when Joey comes back, about to see the heel turn and everything. This is probably one of the situations that can really make him go up a notch as a heel if he really like trashes R-Truth, because R-Truth is so universally loved, not only in WWE, but a lot of people just seems to like him as a entertainer, performer. Because I said R-Truth, he is the cheat code in wrestling.
Agree.
He's a guy who gets more airtime more than the people who actually wrestle. Like, he don't even wrestle anymore. Like, he'll do one match every 3 months, maybe, sometimes maybe 6, and they'll be like little 5-minute matches of some type of shenanigans, him being funny and silly and stupid. but then he don't wrestle again, but yet you see him every single week on TV.
Yeah.
I say he's the cheat code. He figured it out. Because the reality is, no matter how great that man looks physically, he's 50 something.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So he knows his body can't keep taking this. So he said, I'm gonna let my personality shine through more than my physical attributes. And clearly it's got him to this point where they're like, yeah, well, we need to constantly see that because you see he does make people break character a lot.
Yeah. And that's what makes it even better because like he's great on the mic. He's great, with doing vignettes. And also too, everybody sleep on his wrestling ability. Like he is a phenomenal wrestler.
He's actually really good.
Like,
I tell people all the time, he was actually really good. He's not what he used to be because he's not in his 20s no more, not in his 30s no more. I told you, man, just as a man's in his 50s, even though he looks absolutely amazing, probably looks better than all of us.
He's still moving like he in his 20s.
But I say he still can move like crazy. But like I said, the bumps you feel them differently the next couple of days.
Yeah.
So he probably is like, all right, I still can do it. I still can do it pretty well, but it hurts a little bit. It hurts a little bit more than it did a year ago. So you probably. Yeah, so you probably like, I don't want to do all that like I used to do. So, but this is going to be interesting with him and Cena, especially with Truth's thing of Cena was my favorite wrestler growing up.
Yeah.
Type spiel. Yeah, so we'll see how this turns out. But this, to me, if John Cena wants like real legit like heel heat from people, he needs to like just straight up beat the crap out of R-Truth and bury him. I mean, like something like embarrassing almost type thing.
I actually think that's what we may see on Saturday with him like destroying R-Truth.
It has to. That's the only way it's going to go to where people are invested into this heel John Cena. Because they were invested like crazy in the Elimination Chamber. We all were. We was like, something we've been asking for over 2 decades.
Right.
It's like, oh my God. But now it's like, it's mid. I don't care. This heel Cena title run has been very, very mid. And something I hate to do because God knows if you watch this show, this guy's my idol. And I love this man. This is The Rock's fault. This is The Rock's fault.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Like the catalyst of this whole turn is because of you. Cena sold his soul to you, not just to become the champion. He did it because he knew in order to become champion, he had to sell his soul to you. Y'all two started this, and we haven't seen The Rock since.
Can I be honest? I hate this Cena's championship run so far.
It is bad.
Like it doesn't do anything for me. Like
I already want him to give the title up. I'm like this, like, dude, you like, all right, you got the 17th win. Like, just give the title like to somebody. I don't care. It even got to go back to Cody. I wanted to go back to Cody, but it even got to go back to Cody. Anybody. I don't care. Just take it off of him.
Man, fuck that. Look, let Truth win Saturday.
I just said, right? Like, give it the punk. Give it the punk. Like, I don't care. Like, this heel run of him as being the champion has been so bad. It's the same thing over and over. He's just coming out saying how this is your fault, talking about us, the fans. Like, we're the reason why this is an abusive relationship and blah, blah. He's saying the same exact thing every single week. It's not even nothing. There's like copy. It's like copy paste.
Yeah.
It's nothing to where it's intriguing or like even the lead up with the Randy Orton match. It was the same thing every week. He would come up, sneak up behind him, give him an RKO, pose, and that was the build for the match.
Right. like that. Like they had that one little spat where where they were going back and forth. Of course, I think that was what the SmackDown before Saturday when they where like they were selling it. I'm like, shit, where was this 2-3 weeks? So I can't say any longer than that because
that's all it was.
Yeah. Like we're literally coming off the hills of WrestleMania. But I did circle back as far as watching till the very end because like I watched it the night it came on, but as soon as the match was over, I turned the channel. But I did notice something, and something that you had brought up off camera earlier today, and it was like his mannerisms where at the end of
Yeah.
the match, it's
Yeah.
like he was having like these like conflicted looks where it was almost like he's not unsure of himself as far as being the villain. Looked like he might even been second guessing why he's doing what he was doing. It almost kind of reminded me of Bob Backlund to a certain extent, where he was like putting a crossface chicken wing on someone, and then he just like stop and look at his
It's
hands
like, what are you doing?
what are you doing? Like what is going
Exactly.
on here? Like that's what it kind of reminded me of. So I don't know, like could they be planting the seeds? Not to cut you off, like could they be planting the seeds now, especially insert R-Truth being that person where he's like telling us, like he said tonight on SmackDown, I know you don't know John Cena like I know John Cena, and it's like maybe like he's like trying to like stare John Cena to where he need to be the good guy, but then probably that's when he'll get destroyed. but
Yeah, that's the only way it's going to work, because this is the part where fans, us marks, are very fickle. We've been wanting this John Cena heel turn forever, and we finally got it, and it was amazing. The reaction all over social media and all the platforms, podcasts, was amazing.
Right.
Issue is he's doing it on his last year as a full-time in-ring competitor, like just period, not even part-time, just in-ring period. He's done. So now the fans want to show him love and appreciation and admiration for all the years he gave to the business and being the number one guy and all that stuff. They don't, for the first time, they don't want to boo him.
Right.
They don't want to not like him. We love you, John Cena. We always liked you.
Yeah.
Like, so now that's what the energy and love he's getting. They're not getting, we now is our chance to boo you. Oh, we hate you. Go away. They're not giving that. They're like cool. He's a heel now, but then it's also like, this heel turn is not working. It's not. He needs things around him for it to work. To work better.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, how Roman had Paul Heyman in the bloodline, that made it more intriguing. That made it more, because Roman, and that's to me the perfect example, because Roman was the next John Cena, and people gave him that same energy they gave John Cena.
Mm-hmm.
People going the show, we hated him. He won every match like John Cena, and people, WWE was trying to like say, yeah, this is your guy, cheer him. And everybody was like, no, we hate him now because you're trying to make us like him. So like, but now look at Roman's getting all the love in the world because he weathered the storm. He came back. He reinvented his character and all that stuff. John Cena, like you said, he's still playing the same character. So he said, you don't get new music. You don't get new ring gear. You don't get none of this new. Because I'm the final champion of this, blah, 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 whatever you're saying it is.
Yeah.
But,
and you know what? I said this on last week on social media, on Twitter specifically. I was saying how, like, how when Cena's music hit and like everything goes black, and then like his name come up in big, big bold white letters. Like, I'm shocked they didn't capitalize on just creating a John Cena t-shirt exactly like that. As much as fans, and prime example, the fans ringside, as you can see here, that's rocking the Cena gear. Trust and believe they will be rocking a simple ass John Cena t-shirt, black t-shirt and white letters. Like they will be wearing it right now.
Yeah, he should get instead of you should do a reverse to be like almost like a dick. So it should say it in black and white instead of saying I said Austin 316.
Yeah,
it's to say John Cena like 613, something like that. Like this, to go the opposite way and just be like hey, this is what you guys wanted, right?
Right.
like this. You guys believe me now? Am I tough enough for you now? He had to really dig into it, but he hasn't. And it's not it's not given what it should be given. So
Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I will say what has been giving ever since this person been holding on to the title is Jacob Fatu, who retained the United States Championship at Backlash. And during that match, we did have quite a few things take place. So quick snapshot. There was a moment where LA Knight was prepared to leap and attack Jacob while he was on the commentator's desk, but we had Solo removing him, which prompted for LA Knight to get upset. Which eventually, he went out the ring to attack Solo, and then out of nowhere, this clothesline from someone, on the other side of the barricade had happened, who turned out to be none other than Jeff Cobb arriving at WWE. Jeff Cobb, more on his now WWE name in a few minutes. Basically, him and Solo helped Jacob out to win this match. As you can see, discussing Jacob's face, like he wasn't prepared for that. Hold on, wait. Shout out to Wade Barrett being on point in the background, as if he was like part of this photo. Like that definitely going to have to snap that and put it out on Twitter. But like, yo, like, are you part of the newest member of the Bloodline? Like, yeah. But yeah, so Jacob, fast forward, tonight Solo pretty much, came to the ring, talking about how Jacob wouldn't be retaining his championship if it wasn't for him, as well as new member JC Mateo.
That's a horrible name. I'm sorry. This is a horrible name. It's not catchy at all.
I mean, I'm good with the JC side, but I don't know if the Mateo was necessary.
Yeah, JC is cool. Like this is the newest member. JC. Like it's like that's it. Like we know what it means.
Right. Right.
We get it. But it's like, come on, it had to throw on the Mateo. Like we need to own all this.
Right. Basically, that's all it is. Like, but let's kind of talk about this portion of this segment. So, Solo pretty much is just telling everyone that, like, he's he's looking to regain the champion. Well, I'm saying he regained the championship like he ever had it the first time. Yeah. He's looking for WWE for a WWE title, and that with everything that he got going on, he was on the verge of saying Jacob's trademark line as far as all gas, no brakes. And Jacob, he pretty much wasn't feeling the conversation, as you can see, in this particular shot here. Like, everything that Solo was talking about, Jacob, like, listen, like, I didn't need you, to win that match. Right. So pretty much, I mean, we all can see where this is, headed to. Jacob eventually going solo, and it's likely we're going to probably get a Jacob JC Mateo fight.
Two beefy boys slapping meat. Shout out to my guy Big E. What's his name? And JC's giving me all types of Taz right now. I'm looking at him. I'm like, this is Taz right here.
Yeah, they do got kind of like a same like stature, stature.
I'm getting Taz all day from, and honestly, I am happy for JC, aka Jeff Cobb, because now he's on the platform to show people what he really can do. Because if you following the Indies, he was very well renowned and known and very successful. He won championships a bunch of different places, ROH, New Japan, PGW. Like he's just like he beat guys that like he beat Walter, aka Gunther.
Yeah,
he's beating him. Bunch of other guys too that are bigger names in the independent scene that we like, for people die hard, like wouldn't know these people immediately, but for the WWE world, they don't know who this guy is on fire. They'll just look at him like, All right. like he came out, he didn't get much of a reaction because you got some people who were just like, oh, it's Jeff Cobb. Then you got other people looking like, who that?
I thought he had a pretty decent pop. Well,
Yeah.
when he came out, like the crowd, like when the camera panned on him, and when everyone in the arena got the chance to see who it was, I thought it was a pretty decent pop that happened.
I said it was all right. It wasn't horrible. Like I said, it wasn't horrible. People know who he is, but they don't know.
Yeah,
Because I saw a thing on social media the next day. A guy was like, "Who is Jeff Cobb?" And he started breaking down all his accolades because they know WWE fans are different. They don't
Right.
WWE. Some WWE fans, if you ain't on WWE, you don't matter. And it's weird because they're the people who are a huge part that a lot of these indie wrestlers are here because they love the indie guys.
That's just a sheltered fan that only watch WWE.
That's what I'm
like
saying.
like I'm WWE and WWE only. I don't know nothing else but WWE. Like, what is it? Is it WWE? Nope. Like, sorry, I'm out. but no, I actually do like where this could potentially go. On one end, I truly thought that they were going to insert Jeff. If I thought they were going to insert Jeff Cobb in the feud with Heyman. I was under the impression that he would possibly be the third man with Seth and Braun. So I thought that would have been that would have been a cool situation, and to insert him. Am I upset with this? Not really, because I think with what they're developing here, I think this does allow them the opportunity to have multiple scenarios that can be created. Like, I could even project the future where we could possibly see maybe even Solo and JC going up against Jacob and Roman. You know what I mean? Like, if it were to come down to that, like,
Right.
I could see something like that taking place. Like, and I think it would be dope. I mean, shit, shout out to Fatu, like the way he's like excelling, since his run in WWE, like
5-2.
Yeah, we've seen some runs, but this run here,
This run is pretty damn good.
It's good. I mean, you can see that they trust him for them to put the United States Championship on them. So soon. Like, we've had our beefs where they put a belt on someone too fast, but this one here, it's the right call.
It's warranted. So he's already been a tag. You forget he was a tag team.
He's a tag team champ too. Yeah, damn. Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, he was a tag team champion. And as I said, within your first year, you are a tag team champion, United States champion. So that's what I said. That's what I said for next year's Royal Rumble or Chamber. I got him as the winner for one of those for sure.
Right.
Like he's my pick. If he, I don't think with the people they got there now with the feuds they might have for the title on the line, they're probably not going to have him back in the title scene once he loses it, once he drops the belt. So,
see, I got a prediction. It might not be necessarily be a bold prediction, but I think he actually drops the title to Solo.
He does not. I agree with that. Like, I think he does too. What's his name? Because we're about to excel him, and Solo needs the rub.
Yeah.
So his name. So it works out great. It's like I always think about the iconic ladder match between The Rock and Triple H. What's his name? They had a great ladder match for the Intercontinental title, and Triple H won that match, and everybody was like, "Oh shit!" Like, but a lot of people, even though Triple H was the baby face in that match, and he was this with the Degeneration X 2.0 was like on fire,
yeah,
and like that, Triple H won, and people was like, "Damn!" Like, I guess Triple H is the guy, but a couple months later, Rock winds up winning the WWE Championship in that Survivor Series.
Right.
What's name? So that match happened, I believe, at SummerSlam between him and Triple H.
Right.
And fast forward 4 months later, Rock's the world champion. So WWE knew what was up. It was like, yeah, Triple H is the difference between being like hot and then also and then just being the guy. And at that time, Triple H was hot. You know, the Generation X was on fire, but The Rock was the guy. Like that was like because they needed somebody to go against Austin, and they knew at that time Triple H wasn't the guy to do it. But then later on, it turned out to be one of the best heels ever because I hated him. Absolutely hated him.
Oh man, I know what you mean. Like I think I had that level of feeling, like especially like in the WCWDs, like with the Four Horsemen, like as much as like I know, like like I think like my older brothers and them like were like the big fans. Like I guess like that was almost like the badasses of that era for them, and like I couldn't stand them at that time. But now it's like I look back at it, I'm like, man, they were pretty cool. Now they get older, like, oh man, like that was a dope team. Shoot,
Yeah, we appreciate it later now because at the time it was like, man, F y'all.
right?
Like, seriously, but it's like that's how well they did their jobs. You know, they were supposed to be hated and all that because it's how good they were.
Yep.
Like with the top heels, we making this money, we wearing these flashy suits and shoes and jewelry. Like, and it's like y'all hate us so much, but guess what? You're paying to come see us.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. Shoot, so, but more to come with this storyline with Jacob Fatu Solo and JC Mateo. But yeah, so let's start wrapping this bad boy up. Closing
Right.
out with NWA coming to town. To those in the tri-state area, Crockett Cup 2025 is going down tomorrow at the 2300 Arena. Last time I checked this evening, and this might have been like around 7 o'clock. I sent the screenshot to y'all. Like they're damn near selling this venue out. So I don't know what ticket availability is. So I'm not going to tell you to go to NWA Ticks or was it NWAtickets.com or 2300arena.com.
It's
But
2300arena.com. But
yeah, if you want to go check to see if tickets available, like there were very limited tickets available for tomorrow's show. So, but check it out if you want to be in the building. Myself, Mr. Moyo Fit, Joey Woods, we all going to be in the building for this historical event. What are you looking forward to this?
it's gonna be good, man. Like I said, we had our boys on here a couple weeks ago. They're gonna be part of the Crockett Cup.
Yeah, Kerry Morgan and Alex Taylor.
Then we just have, they said, 9 other matches on here.
Yeah, outside of the Crockett Cup tournament alone. So we're looking at probably like close to 20 matches tomorrow night.
Yeah, so I see we have Kobe, the world champion. We got Kobe Carino. We got Rhino. We like
they actually just updated this match. Originally it was Tom Latimer versus Rhino. But recent weeks on NWA programming, they added Kobe Carino to the mix, which should be pretty dope.
Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. His name, you got Natalia is supposed to make an appearance. Like this, of course, we got the iconic, amazing Gail Kim. Love, one of my favorite female wrestlers ever. She was so good. Who didn't get the flowers she deserved for a long time, but I'm glad in the middle to later stages of her career, everybody just showed her the love she deserved. So it'll be cool. She's gonna be there, and Natalia, who has every single Guinness Book World Record it is comes to wrestling. She got them all, and she's probably gonna break one tomorrow.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know if you caught the video of her. It was yesterday or the day before yesterday, but she's like, stripping down the mask of, her Natalia persona, and making a claim that she's coming in as Natty Neidhart. And like she's on her, not giving a shit, ready to throw down attitude. I will say, Natty, she's been bringing it over the last few weeks, especially since being a part of Bloodsport over Mania weekend. Like she's really been showing up and showing out.
Good for her. Like I said, she's been she's been a staple for a long time. She's she's multiple time champion. She was Divas champion. She was, I think, multiple time SmackDown Women's World Champion, Tag Team Champion. Like, she's done all she can do, and she's a big helpful hand backstage now with training the girls and everything like that. So she has a job for life. They still got their dungeon stuff back in Canada with her and her husband, Tyson Kidd.
Oh yeah.
So she's a staple. So at this stage of career, I think she's just having fun, enjoying the moments, and she gets to, she's WWE wrestler, but now she gets to wrestle in NWA, wrestle this amazing young talent, and just show everybody that she's still one of the best out there. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, shout out to Kenzie Page too. Like, we can't sleep on Kenzie. Like, Kenzie could throw down in the ring too. So, but yeah. So if you're in the area, I mean, definitely check out 2300 Arena website first. See if tickets are available, because they are moving fast for tomorrow. So, but yeah, man, another week that turnbuckle talk. Before we get on out of here, any last words before we kick out?
Nah, folks, I know it's been slow right now, folks. Don't worry, things about to kick up. That's how wrestling goes sometimes. It's just things that start to bubble up for the next bigger events. Believe it or not, before you know it, summer is going to be here. Yeah. So we're going to have some Money in the Bank. We're going to have some Summer Slams.
It's always at this like, we said at the beginning of the show, like, it's always like at this point, during this time.
Yeah, so yeah, we got all ins and all that stuff coming out and all that. So there's gonna be some stuff cooking up. You about to see the best of the best do what they do, and it's about to get really good. So really, really interesting. So just get ready and just keep tuning in, keep tapping in. Once again, we appreciate y'all every single week. Y'all come and rock out with us. This started out just on some spur of the moment whim, and we still here. So it's just cool.
We outside.
We outside.
Well, technically, we inside. It is tomorrow night. How we shooting the show?
Tomorrow night, we outside.
But yeah, so all right. Well, we are at the 57-minute mark. Nice. Get back a little bit of time. Going into next week, we'll likely talk about Saturday night's main event. Also, we got the Double or Nothing pay-per-view going down that Sunday. So, Memorial Day weekend, nothing but events coming up. I'm happy that we got wrestling to watch, but it's like I'm waiting for that spin to happen where it's like, okay, here we go. And I will say, we are on that cusp with AEW making that move with what they got going on now with Moxley, with Moxley, and I want to draw on a blank, and the Young Bucks, with all of them.
Yeah, it's finally starting to turn the corner because it was looking bleak for a little while now.
Yeah. I was ready for the Death Riders to be done and to be out of here.
Yeah, like let's just get rid of this now.
Yeah, and shout out to Gabe Kidd, making his appearance with the Death Riders this past Wednesday on Dynamite, which was a totally dope show. And we were going to talk about it a little bit more in detail. Unfortunately, Mr. Woods had to drop off for the night. So, but we'll spin the block back. Double up on it next week as far as what happens on this upcoming week of Dynamite. Because I was going to ask the question about the Hurt Syndicate, and with the now joining the group MJF. So we'll kick that back again next week because they're going yeah, that's what somebody had posted on Twitter. It was like that's what it was. It was going to be like that version of the Nation of Domination. But I don't know. I'm curious to see where they're going with this. Me personally, I probably would have kept them to the side to where then they develop some sort of actual feud to where we do get a match between Lashley and MJF. I mean, we probably will get that eventually, but
of course we have to.
Yeah, but we're at the point where you know, we just gotta ride this wave. But I would die laughing if they somehow finesse us where they get to the point where they do like a musical with MJF, Shelton Benjamin, and Bobby Lashley. Like, and somehow they get to the point where they do something like that, similar like what MJF and Cole did. Like
Yeah,
that would be pretty dope. I'm
that'd
not
be
gonna
cool.
lie.
That'd be
That would be
that'd be
dope.
cool.
So,
That'd be
but
cool.
you
I'd be
know,
with that. I'd be with
yeah,
that.
yeah. So if we speak this to existence, we need to play the Powerball tomorrow. So
Give us a trick.
yeah, right. Seriously, yeah. That definitely give us a check. I'm like, Tony, you watching? You
Yes,
conscious?
sir.
So, but all right, we're gonna get on out of here. This was Still Steps, powered by All Authentic Talk Sports Network. Mr. Moyerfit Chris Wilson, Mr. Joey Woods. I am Politic and Hot, and we'll holler at y'all next Friday. Till then, peace.